Alright, so hello everyone, welcome to the stream. We're going to start messing around with Plana's animation here. The fun bit is that I don't have anything planned if I do actually finish this, so see how long this ends up taking, but see if we do that, and then we'll just go, was that one frame out? That should be one. That should be one frame out, I think. That should be one frame out. So either way, I'll have a general motion plan of what we want to happen here, where we're going to turn her head with a bit of a blush. Ideally, a little bit of a, what do you call it, surprise and to embarrass look away is the kind of idea we're going for here, which means that I need to have... Probably the first thing I need to decide is, do we want to have the head at this point as the default? Because I don't have a Y positive, because it just wasn't really enough to really warrant it. But I believe if I bring it just... The only good thing about working with chibis is that you can really get away with some positioning things here without really worrying about a lot of things. Okay, so we're going to set the default to -2 essentially, so that we have a bit of leeway to go up. Okay, so let's just throw in some keyframes here where we're gonna go... Say we'll go down. We will close the eye. And then... I should really move that behind me, shouldn't I? Hold up, let me just shift that backwards. I keep telling myself I should move this, but I don't. Alright, now I'm in front of it. So we'll close the eye. We'll open the eye again. Let's just say here. We'll also go widen. We'll also bounce up. We'll also, at this point, increase the blush. And as the bounce comes back, let's say comes back down, we want to turn the head. Oh. I forgot I did an actual eye motion. That's what I was thinking about. Okay. The good thing is that for eye motion, we only need a very simple one, which can fit within the eyeball. So we're just going to do a very simple eye X. That goes 10 to 10. Let me just go like that. Yeah. Replicate that, and then you make that into Y. So we're not gonna do a super crazy kind of eye here. We're just gonna go ahead and grab the eyeball. I should be able to just go like this. Should be able to just go eyeball XY into here. And we're just gonna go ahead and go... We are going to just corner this because since we have control of the full movements, we don't need to worry about it flying off to one side too much. So we'll just go X and Maybe we'll bring us in like a little bit. So something. Bring this in and then bring the whole thing out a little bit so that it really rotates. Probably won't use the max of that, just like usual. Then we want to go. Not going to do the Y quite as aggressively, I think, just because her eye is already a little bit narrow. And given the fact that we're working with emote sizes, it also means that we have a significant amount of leeway when it comes to what we're doing exactly with some of these points. There, you did put that out. I'll do that, and then we're gonna do that. Maybe I'll pull you a little bit less and then push you down directly. Then we're just gonna go ahead, get these two, and we're just gonna do corners. We're just gonna do square corners. It's fine. And that gives us something that looks a bit like this. And that's perfectly fine for what we want. Should we actually do something with the highlight too? Let's do a little bit of highlight actually. So that when this happens, we want you to just shift this way a little bit. When this happens, we want you to shift this way a little bit. When this happens, we want you to go a little bit this way. And when this happens, we want you to go a little tiny bit this way. Way less than the actual eyeball itself, but that gives us we could also increase the detail by making the lash bulge out underneath the actual eyeball, or over the eyeball, but so we want to just go 1, 2, and then also just do that. Maybe like here, we're gonna go like a little bit like that. Yeah, this is the slight problem making doing the eye like that. Okay, maybe I should actually just go with more transform based motion here. This is kind of stretching in a weird way. We'll just redo this completely actually. We'll just go fully transform based, then just shift the whole eyeball around. I think that fits better for a more of a chibi style here. Rather than having the eye actually rotate within the socket. Also, it means that it's less at the mercy of the head turn on top of it. So we'll just go ahead and go some size corners. And that should give us but why? Why do you move so much more than Did you not get corners? Why did you not get corners? Hmm? No, you don't have corners. Why don't you not have corners? Did I didn't do this. Why am I... What? Okay. Alright, so while that's a lazy way to do eye motion, it does give us full control of what the eye is actually doing. So let's say we go... No, we want to go over here. And two. Just hold this for a moment. Turn this away. Want to maybe, let's say we'll... Hmm. Why is it like that? That pulls down. So when I open, we want this to be like that. Well, that removes part of the problem. Wait, what's currently pulling at it? It's not this. It's not that. Oh. Oh. Wow. Okay, what we're going to do is we're just going to add one more set of parameters here just to force this into place. It'll only, because I'm only doing it for this keyframe, will only work for this, well, I only need to do it with the keyframes that I care about, so, but this is definitely not in the right spot. Oh, not even you, hold on. Where's Slash? We should be able to just force this into place a bit nicer than it actually sitting, because that's not what it's supposed to look like. And then if I need to force into place here, we can force into place here as well. Okay, forced it into place. Very nice. That's definitely another way to do it, but that's the advantage of doing something that doesn't need to do live tracking. Let's hit turn all the way back around. No, turn it this way. I want you to hold hit turn until like maybe about here. What's up? It's because of the... Okay, this needs to hold for a little bit. I just copy. How do I copy this? Did I not do my weight correctly? When negative, so when I is closed. Oh, right, I did do it incorrectly. Let's like this. Don't I have a... Where's my... It's being... Wait. What? Alright, do I need to set these all separately? Okay, that's what's supposed to be doing. I think I need to hold this again here. Once a generally larger number of more rigid motions rather than just constantly bouncing, ideally. Alright, well... Okay, some parts I did play too fast. Hmm. 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 Let me just move this folder upwards, just so I can actually see this properly. Hmm. 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 Really just kind of throwing things together here. Oh dear. Hmm. Hmm. We'll get rid of you and just bring you all the way up to here. Let's get rid of you as well. Hmm. This part's too packed together. So ideally, what I would like is for just this part, in particular, maybe to go like this. See what that does. Still really packed together. Or at least large enough to stick into this. Okay, so what happens if I take that same portion and instead stretch it all the way out to here along with this. So this motion now looks really fast. Let's take all of this and just move this like to here maybe. That's closer. I think I want you to be like I think that's better, but the eye doesn't move there and just stays in that lock kind of position. Might be a little bit aggressive how much I'm turning the body. Maybe I'll reduce that a bit. I think you are going a little too wild now. I think these 2 points need to not be as varied from where it's sitting. I think for here, think I just want these two parts to stretch out a little bit. We'll just do a little bit of a getaway here. Okay, this is the problem of not having the in-out motion with this bounce part. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to add in a inward-outward motion here. Because right now, all I could do at best is swing the hair. I can't make it kind of flop on her head. So let us go ahead and make a Z1 into a Z2. Basically, every piece that has the two side pieces will also now need the two pieces here. Actually, wait, no, we should do this opposite way around. Wait, no. I want to reflect here. So this is out, this is going to be in. Okay. Good. Then we want to just go reflect. This is going the right way. Actually do the full motion instead. One is done. Don't have enough motions. I realized I didn't have enough motions partway into the animation portion for number 2. So, currently in the process of adding them in. I'm just deciding if I should do a full fold out or not here. Or just do a partial. Actually, let me just... Did I do it for this one? Just do this basic kind of in-out motion for these front side pieces, and then I'll check if I need the full motion during the animation, because I actually haven't missed the hair yet. Okay, so basically when this motion happens, we want the hair to ideally show my new parameters. Let me just close this and reopen it. New parameters, please. Okay, new parameters. So when this motion happens, we basically want the hair to be able to pull inwards. Wait, no, we want to pull outwards. I made the motions quite small, so we actually want this to be quite big. Then when she pops up, we want this to pull in again. Which one? The Arona one is on the screen. So when she pops up, pulls in again, then when it goes like this, it should pull out again. Let me just make sure there's actually defaults here. That would help. And I need default here and default here. Can I open something extra on the Arona one? That yeah, snapshots and hold up. Turn that, do that. This is the full motion Arona one. Still, nothing's changed, so it's literally what it looks like currently sitting on the right of the screen there, but I want to do this. So here goes in, and then as the head begins to turn, we want to insert key. Insert keyframes for neutral all along here. So when the head turns, we want the hair to pull ideally a bit this way. It's gonna give us some arbitrary numbers here that I'm not gonna worry. Her back hair should back up the other way. Let's do that, and then her braid will also sway with that. Then when her head stops, then the hair will swing over to the other side. Just gonna give us some arbitrary numbers again, because at this point I don't really have too much to go off until I'm looking at it. And then at this point, it just has to kind of sway a little bit back and forth. And oop, what did I just do? I just closed the folder. It just essentially has to sway back and forth until she turns her head back, in which we want to revert all of this again. So maybe like one more round of this. Gonna do some really small motions here. And then when her head starts to turn back around this way, we want to pull this out actually a bit more maybe. Let's give us some randomized numbers. Then it needs to swish back this way a bit. Deal with the in and out motion. So right now, well, ignoring the fact that in and out motion should lock itself into. Actually, that's not terrible. I didn't really mess with the hair too much, and it sits in a not terrible spot. I will make more adjustments to this later, but so when this happens, we kind of want to bounce in again. So we want to pull in somewhere like here. We want to pull in again. Then this wants to pull out again. Then let's say that this gets down to about here, then she goes down again, so let's pull this in again, and then she pops back out again, so let's pull this back out. And I want these to be at default here. Alright, let's just see what that's doing. So her movements aren't as bouncy as Arona, so realistically the shaking shouldn't be as aggressive regardless. It looks a little weird at some points. I think it's probably because of this. Yeah, it's like kind of slows a lot here. Might be better if I tell all of this to just say scratch this point. Just let it fly between these two. Okay, let's play over ribbon a little bit. We'll do the fine-tuning once everything's in here. So, essentially the same thing needs to happen where as she goes down, we want to go this way. Then as she comes up, we want to flop the ribbon out. As she goes down, we want to pull the ribbon in. She should probably be about here, shouldn't it? Like, pull all the way in here. Then as she pops out, we want to flop it out again. As she goes down a little bit, we want to pull it in, and then we want to probably pull it in around here, and then when she pops back up, we want to flop it back out, and then it'll go back to neutral. And then we want this to be a default, and then as she turns her head, we want it to swing this way. As her head finishes turning, which is about here, we want the ribbon to swap out this way. And then we kind of want the same essential pendulum effect, where we're just going to pull it back and forth a few times. Maybe as she turns her head again, we'll pull it hard this way. And then we'll let it swing all the way out this way. Alright, what does that do? The ribbon is partially out of the frame, so it's mostly a supplementary motion. And will this feel like a sticker size here, which is about here, honestly, for a larger size. Here for the more emote size. I mean, it gets the points across. And then here for emote size. The fact I drew the highlight on her hair, like the streak of light, right against the ribbon, as much as the ribbon helps hide the imperfections of the highlight there, especially at the small sizes, where in reality, where the this would be in practical use if it was to be put in practical use. Is good in the way that I'm hiding the imperfections, but for the actual contrast at the smaller sizes, you can't really see the ribbon quite as nicely, even though I did try to keep my lines nice and thick to I mean, you can see that there is a ribbon flopping around. Okay, what's the rough background color for a chat background? It's like go like mostly dark, and then it's what, like this or something? Wait, it's like what, here, right? Ish, I think. I guess it's like if you have the background to support it, it looks... Her ribbon stands out a lot better, like, if, per se, the backdrop was much darker, which, if you consider most chat apps, would be quite realistic. What is happening down here that is not happening on everything else? You know, you can have her like a darker background, and obviously the pink in her hair also stands out a bit more as well. How well do my outlines stand here in a white background? Susport. I mean, these kind of things aren't usually a full thing, is usually a little opaque. I mean, I kind of just threw the hair values in there. It doesn't look terrible if you consider the purpose. Like the general purpose of everything. Okay, let's more closely mess up some of these values now. Okay, so I think the head is actually fine. I think at this point, I kind of made the whole animation around the eyes here much more than the head. So I think they should be fine. This is like the only bit that's a little bit questionable with the way I've done it. Then we've got this spot mess will not be in here. I feel like I should probably make these a little bit more aggressive. So this bounce motion is just grabbing the whole thing and stretching it, so it gives the squishiness of the sticker here. So her back here doesn't look quite as flexible, but it's also very long, so the way of pendulums, it shouldn't be as distinct. Okay, I think if I have the spot here, it'll be what, like, what was it? That's generally fine, unless I want to like do some. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Do I want another point here to control this? I could keep the eye widen at its max for a little bit longer instead of pulling it down again. I would use the eye winding. I think like if I really wanted to use it, it would be like here maybe, like between these points here. I want to just like bring this down. I have this back up to here by the time she opens her eye. I mean, these are the parts that you really can't see, which is also a little bit of a thing when it comes to messing with it. Could actually just be more aggressive with these values, but just make that seamless. I think I actually want to go like this. Can I make this a bigger number, please? I mean, the body is very much just a supporting piece, so it really doesn't need to do much. It just kind of looks like there's something down there for the most part. I think I'm going to try to do this instead. Just change the way the lines curve there. I'm trying to keep the overall animation time still like mildly short, even if I'm not keeping to the 2 seconds of 30 frames limit that Twitch would provide. Actually, does Discord do animated? I think Discord does animated ones as well. I looked at Line, but I didn't really look at Discord animated emote. Animated emojis for Discord and Slack. How about, no, that's creating. How about from Discord itself? Let's have a look at this. What is custom Discord emoji? Blah blah blah. Where do I upload? Yeah. Okay, file requirements. Okay. JPEG, PNG, GIF. 256 kilobytes. Sure, whatever. They'll compress it if it's too big. 128 by 128. The name. Okay. So they'll compress it if it's too big. Does that just mean that if it's too large of a file size, you just lose quality when they compress the shit out of it? Hello there. Let me just let this keep running while I look at these requirements for different platforms. Wait, there's no... No, I want to... Okay, so there's only a file size limit on Discord animated emotes, at least from what I can find. So Line doesn't seem to have a frame limit. Discord doesn't seem to have a frame limit. It's got a file size limit. Line didn't seem to have a file size limit at all. Twitch has a file size limit and a frame limit. YouTube doesn't do animated emotes. And let me see animated emote. Is there like a frame limit or anything? Emote, GIF, size and limits. Okay, let's have a look at Reddit here. No answer. Glorious. Funny. Maximum length for animated GIF. That's not what I'm looking for. Size limit. Okay, so there's only a size limit, but they also say that they'll well, the Discord says that if you give them too big of a file, they'll just compress it. So I'm presuming that means that there's not really a limit. You just have to put up with whatever the compression ends up doing to the file. And ideally they want it to be 128 by 128, which you know what, let me just pump this out for GIF. So what, 128, 30 frames. Just, where do I want to put this into here. Okay, so then we go to the... I should really bookmark this page because I use it way too much. I pretty much only use it because it does both Twitch and Discord at the same time. Plana. Oh wait, does it do the background as well? Hold up. Let me book up. Preview. Oh, it doesn't. Okay, so what we have now, something that looks like that. It looks a little slow. I can't even see the... See, it's like some spot I could just stick this. Oh no, it's running at the same speed. Might want to compress part of the motions to make it faster. It's currently like a 5-second animation. And well, I haven't made all of the parts seamless, but it looks a little weird once the size gets a little small. How much extra space am I running on the top of this here? Because I wanted her ribbon to be somewhat visible, but what we can actually do is just grab the whole thing and scale it up a little bit. Let's just give it some random number. Sure. Even say maybe like... That's a bit much. In this, you can still, at a larger size, you can still kind of see that her body's moving around underneath, so it's not just a floating head. The ribbon, you can still see that's moving, but it's also just not as important because, let's be frank, at this size you can't really see it. Do we want to bring this back to neutral? Because we don't want the hair to move until a couple of frames in. Actually, that means I don't really need to mess with the hair, because we don't actually want the hair to be moving until a couple of frames in. Apart from the in-out motion here. So let us go like that and like that. I feel like I was being a little bit too wild with the in-out motion here. Do I need this? Let's get that out of here. Okay, so based on that, I'm just going to go ahead and also add in a in-out for the back pieces and maybe the braid. I really don't know how much braid is going to be visible, but we go into here, we select that, and then we just tell these parts to also have this. Okay, so essentially, since it looked like it was fine for the most part, I'm just going to do these together. I'm not worried too much about it. We're just going to go out. Wait, no. This is in. It would be really nice if this didn't pull that all the way out. And then this is out. I feel this is like yanking the hair off. Oh my. Cheers to this up there. Really feel like that probably came in a few minutes ago and Stream Elements couldn't find it. It's really turned off with YouTube. It's like so delayed. That alerts. Do I have 2 alert boxes or do I have 1 alert box? I should have 2, right? Because I have a Twitch one and I have a YouTube one. Well, I'll figure that out later. And then I'll probably forget. Okay, so then we want to go in. Don't know why I keep going the opposite way. And then out. Okay. So then we bring it back to here, and do we have... Oh, we actually have them. That's glorious. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go 1, 2. We're gonna go into here, just go 1, 2. Grab these 2, just go pull that out. Then I'm just gonna kind of copy what I have here with these parts here, not worry too much about it. Because it should be the same motion, Scott. This is essentially the in-out motion of the hair from the head as she kind of bounces in and out. I don't know if I should be more aggressive with these. What does that do to the back here? I probably zoomed her in a lot as well, so it's also not quite as clear what exactly is happening. Well, let me just zoom it back out and see how that feels. That's the visibility. When it comes down to it, I did lower both of their heads quite a bit when I set up the motion, just so that I didn't have to worry about the lack of a neck on the chibi body. Okay, so I think the most notable thing is actually the fact that Plana's ribbon is on the side of her head, which really kind of opens up the gap on the side of her head. Well, not the side of her, the top of her head. Unlike Arona, whose ribbon is vertically pointing upwards like some rabbit ears. And I've also got Arona bouncing much more forward. So she just looks bigger by default. I feel like I'm not... Well, one, I don't want Plana to move quite as much. So it's not really the biggest problem in the world either, but let's go like that, and let's go like that. Any other parameters I should know about that? Oh yeah, should I actually do something to the braid for the in-out mission? The braid is coming down the side of her head, so we want to give it an essential in-out motion. Grab all of the bits that... Not this... Wait. We have this, then we replicate that, and then that becomes the Z one. I think I just like nearly overwrote a bunch of stuff. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, so well, everything that has these two parameters, we're just gonna go... What's the best way to do this? We consider that the braid, at least based on the in-game portraits, should be roughly on the side of the head, coming down, I believe, behind the ear. It might be in front of the ear. It's actually kind of hard to tell because that's also the side that their hair is much longer. But we'll go, let's say that we'll say we... just this. We're just going to go ahead and tell this part to go anchor into maybe about here. We'll just anchor this down here. We'll just go where, and then we'll go where, kind of towards her a little bit. Then we'll go... Basically this anchor like right here, like this in. Did I do the other part right? All right, anchor. Don't let the other part move. I'd like that to be a little bit more aggressive, but it's also a very thick clump. I don't know how much leeway I have with that. Okay, so did I do this right? Out, in, out, in. Okay. So we're just gonna go ahead and essentially copy the same thing for the Z part here. We're gonna go 1, 2. We're gonna just... One and 2. Shift you back in a little bit. Then we're just going to copy these essential same thing here. Once again, this is a bit of a plump piece that shouldn't be able to really move all that much to begin with, because it's also held together. That's one thing. It's also should be a heavier piece. Because, or at least in my understanding of physics, and the one time I very badly tied a braid for someone, it should be largely fixed in place. as a general fun note, I was not allowed to tie a braid ever again, so that's also a thing. Can't remember why that happened either. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so that makes the braid do more things. I think she does actually need a zoom in job. The fact she's not bouncing as much as Arona kind of affects her thing. I think the way Arona's hair is at the sides just makes her look bigger. Let's just bring her up to like here. I think that might be a better fit for what I need to, or what I need from this. Sure. Alright, let me just pump this out and see how that feels. 128, 30 frames, sure. I'm pretty sure Arona's actually bigger. Actually, wait, let me just check these sizes of Arona here. Just set them to the same size. I think it's 256, right? I usually do. 300. Oh. Oh yeah, I think that was for, based on the, what do you call it? The line specifications was a bit bigger. Okay. What's a puppet rig? Is that something I should know about? Did I close the other? I closed the other window. Alright, but regardless, what I should be able to do now is I should be able to copy and paste that. Go into here, browse here, and then I can plot. Should be able to do that. Wait, I don't. Fine. I need to make a separate one. Hold up. I need a. Where is it? Media source. Is it media source? Should be right. Kind of. I don't know what you categorize Live 2D as. Just as a general note, I am not educated in art and animation, so if you throw any keywords at me, I don't know what they mean. But this animation is all done in Live 2D. If Live 2D essentially fits that category, then yes. If it doesn't, then no. It's effectively a still image. All the layers, the still image is cut into layers, and then you transform and deform the layers to create the motions. What do I want to do here? Yes, do. Okay, it is Arona. Let me just. Why did that? Do I not have this loop? Loop. Okay, and we just plop her right into here. There we go. Since I'm done messing with that, so we have all of the images. You can kind of see into here. Actually, can I show the textures? Oh, why not? This isn't commercial. So like all the layers are separated here, and Well, these are just some of them that fit in that one texture piece. And then you just go through and transform each part to do the motion. So let's say for where is shit. We use the application to transform the different tools it has to morph the image. So underneath here we've got the single piece here changing the shape of the head. Okay, so the fun bit is that I don't have a plan beyond this animation. And while I was thinking of starting another thing related to Blue Archive, the game is on maintenance. Or at least it was on maintenance before I started the stream, so I'm going to try and turn it on again and just see if the maintenance is over. It probably isn't. The maintenance is usually quite long. Otherwise, I have to think of something to do for the remainder of the time I planned out for today. Alright, let's have a look at this. Initializing. And this game takes forever to turn on. So I think the anime might have... Okay, so seems like my internet is probably cutting out. I'm just gonna go see if I can find... My Wi-Fi is still on, which is the fun bit. But just in case it cuts out so that I can go ahead and use the chat if I have to through my phone. I can. Okay. Okay, so the game is trying to turn on. Am I still connected everywhere? Okay, apparently I'm still connected. Ew. Okay, the fact that I just disconnected and reconnected like 3 or 4 times in a row, well actually probably more, I think I've gone nearly to 10 times there, is not a particularly great sign, so I'll see if I can get into Blue Archive, and then if the connection is still shoddy at this point, I think we'll just call it there. The game is stuck loading. So it might have been also been affected by the fact that I think my connection dropped it. Oh no, it's turning on, I think. Maybe. Is it going to turn on? That's the real question right now. If it gives me still a maintenance after all of this, I'm going to smack something. Oh no, it's actually going to turn on. Okay, let's have a look. There should be a new event, so might be able to pull something from there. Alright, it needs to update. Alright, never mind. Okay, so we'll finish up. Is it going to skin again? Okay, so it seems to be not cutting off constantly now that I turned off BlueStacks. Okay, so my whole OBS crashed, so that's funny. I think I managed to resume the stream, but seeing as things are not working correctly, we'll finish up here. It doesn't seem to be, it seems to be cut me off now that I've turned BlueStacks off, which is always highly questionable what exactly is happening in the back end when one program decides to mess up everything else. But either way, the two stickers, animated stickers here are essentially done. So I'll find something else to do next time rather than try and fight my way through whatever was causing the internet connection to cut, because my phone was still going, so it definitely actually wasn't my internet, it was just some thing in my network was messing up directly on my PC. And the moment I turned BlueStacks off, it seemed to fix it for the most part. I mean, I don't know why OBS itself crashed. That's a bit different. Alright, so either way, thank you very much for watching today's session of animation and some extra motion into the modeling. That's it, I'll find something to do next time, because that's usually how the way I stream goes, that I don't plan, and I'll probably figure out half an hour before I start streaming, so either way, if you want to see more art things from me, remember to be subscribed, or well, the Twitch stream is dead now, so please subscribe and like the stream. If you like the stream, then it sends it out. Well, YouTube will know to send it out to other people once it becomes a video, and that's the only thing that actually determines whether the stream is successful in the end on YouTube. Alright, either way, see you all next time.